Okay, hello everybody. This is Rishabh Kesarwani, and today I'm going to teach you a small topic, that is circulatory system. So this is a class 11 topic, and it is going to be a short video on this topic. It is just an introductory demo video from my side. I'll demonstrate you how I teach and what is the content that I have for NEET preparation. Okay, so also I want to introduce myself. My name is Rishabh Kesarwani. Currently I am a third year medical MBBS student pursuing MBBS from Jawaharlal Nehru Medical College. I cleared my NEET examination in the year 2020 with a score of 655 out of 720, and my all India rank was 2800. And since then I have been teaching a student of NEET uh, preparation. So this is my currently fourth year, which from which I am actively involved in a teaching platform. So let's begin the topic. The topic is short: circulatory system. Circulatory system. Okay. So first of all, I would like to tell you about the vascular connective tissue. Vascular connective. So vascular connective tissue consists of two parts, that is, one is blood and another is lymph. So this whole chapter is going to be revolving around this blood, lymph, and the structural component of our circulatory system, that is a heart, blood vessels, and capillaries. So these are the things that we are going to see along this entire chapter. So first of all, a brief discussion on blood and lymph. So blood is the separate topic, completely separate topic, which is very high in terms of questions. Every year 2 to 3 questions directly come from this small topic, which is just a topic of an hour or two. So let me explain about this blood. What is this blood? So first of all, the study of blood is known as hematology. Study is known as hematology. And the formation of blood, the process by which blood formation takes place, formation study. So I'm writing in a small, okay, so that we can save our time. So the formation of blood is known as hemopoiesis. What is known as hemopoiesis? So anything which is being formed, we have to study where it is being formed, what are the steps in its formation, and what are crucial points regarding the NEET examination, so from where questions come. So the formation of blood occur inside the bone marrow. In bone marrow, I'm writing in short BM. Okay. So also, if you have to study biology, one habit you have to make of breaking the words. If you break the words and try to extract the meaning from those words, then it will be very fun in learning biology, and it will become very easy also. So hemo means blood. From now onwards, whenever you see the word hemo, it means regarding blood, and poiesis is the word that is reserved from formation. Okay, so blood formation is known as hemopoiesis. It occurs inside the bone marrow. So let me also explain you the structure of our bone marrow. Okay, so typically our all long bones of our body, okay, radius ulna and humerus, femur, tibia, fibula, these are the long bones of our body. The typical structure of all these long bones is something like this, and the long bones of our body are filled up with a structure within its core central region, that is known as marrow. So we have typically two types of marrow. As we mature, the young child, infant, it has the bone marrow which is of red bone marrow, which is spread entirely through all the skeleton system. Even in the intrauterine life, the bone marrow which is present is predominantly red bone marrow. But with advancing age, this red bone marrow is converted into yellow bone marrow. Okay, so yellow bone marrow is because it gets transformed for the function of storage of fat. Okay, so in adult long bones, what we have, the central in the tubular portion of the bones, we have yellow bone marrow. So this is yellow bone marrow. it does not have a function of production of RBC. Okay, it does not have a function of production of blood. Okay, so it stores lipid fat in adipocytes as adipocytes. But in the periphery region, in the ends of the long bones, we have the structure known as in the head or ends. These are the ends of the long bones. Here we have red bone marrow. It is the site where actually this hemopoiesis are occurring. So this is the site where this hemopoiesis is occurring. Okay. So this was about the process. This was about the site. Now I would also like to tell you about the steps of the blood formation. So what happens in our blood? We have hematopoietic stem cells, HSCs. Hematopoietic stem cells. Okay, so these are the primary cells which will eventually divide and form different types of cells, and that will contain the entire clusters of different types of cells which is present in our blood. Okay, so these hematopoietic stem cells, these are the primary cells that are pluripotent in nature. Pluripotent cells are those cells which are undifferentiated, which can transform into different other forms of cells with their gene regulations. Okay, with their modification in the gene, they will modify and they will get converted to the permanent types of cells. Okay, with the process of differentiation. So this hematopoietic stem cells divides and differentiates. It divides and differentiates into two types of cells. Okay, so this is hematopoietic stem cells. This will divide and form two types of cells. We have studied the division. The division is of two types, meiosis and mitosis. So here we are seeing mitosis. In mitosis, one cell divides to form two cells. So these are two cells. But it is not only division is present, but there is also differentiation. Okay, so the cell is also going to differentiate into some other forms. So in our bone marrow, we always maintain the certain amount of hematopoietic stem cells. Okay, so that all the different types of blood cells can be formed. So we have to maintain this reserve of hematopoietic stem cells. So when there is division of this hematopoietic stem cells, one cell retain its originality, that is one cell remain as HSC. Okay, this cell will remain as HSC. The other cells will get differentiated. Okay, the other cells will get differentiated. This cell is getting differentiated cells. Okay, differentiated cells. Now this cell divides into two cells. And this divided cells will get into two different lineages of the blood formation lines. So these are the two different lineages. One is known as myeloid group of cells and other is known as the lymphoid group of cells. One is known as myeloid group of cells and other is known as what? Lymphoid. So this is myeloid lineage and this is lymphoid lineage. So the myeloid lineage will give rise to all the different types of cells we know. Okay, what we know? We have RBC. So this is not in complete depth. I am also reminding you the fact that your NEET UG preparation does not comprises the entire depth of knowledge of every topic, because this is just a beginning. This is just a brushing up of the concept which are important. With this much concept, you will be able to solve all your questions, MCQs. So but in between these all steps, there is a lot of more stories which is present, which you will come to know when you come to the MBBS level. Okay, in first year and second year MBBS, you will find out that there are many more steps present between these which I have missed out, but that are not important to you. The amount that I am giving you in this board is sufficient for your NEET UG preparation. Okay, so this myeloid lineage will give RBC. Other component of the blood is what? Platelets. What is other component of the blood? Tell me. Other component of the blood is what? Other component of the blood is granulocytes. which contain basophil. Basophils means WBC. In WBC we have blood, platelets and WBC, and WBCs are of different types. So I am writing their types: basophils, then neutrophils. Then what comes? Eosinophils. So these are group. These all three are group together known as granulocytes. So granulocytes are produced by myeloid group of cells. Okay, there is one non-granulocyte which is known as monocyte, which is also the part of WBC. Monocyte. This is non-granulocyte WBC. Okay. So what is this granulocyte and non-granulocyte means? Granulocyte means these are WBCs which contains granules in their cytoplasm, which is visible on the microscopes. That's why we term and clubbed them together as a granulocyte, which contain basophil, eosinophil and neutrophil. I have remembered this with the mnemonic of G-Ben. We have seen Benton a lot. Okay, we have seen Benton a lot. So with that you can remember as a G-Ben 10. Okay, so G means granulocyte, B means basophil, E means eosinophil and N means neutrophils. These are the group which is formed by what? Myeloid series, and it is a part of WBCs. Another is the monocyte, which is actually the part of A granulocyte. It is the better term. It is the only A granulocyte that is formed by the myeloid group of cells. So what is this lymphoid group cells produce? So we have different types of WBCs present in the blood. Okay, these are the some set of innate immunity component. Other is the active immunity. Okay, acquired immunity, which contains B cell and T cells. So B cells and T cells, B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes are produced by this what? Lymphoid lineage. So it contains three types of cells: B lymphocyte, T lymphocyte, and other is natural killer cell, NK cells. Okay, so you just memorize these. Don't try to go in depth a lot. This will be covered in the human health and disease topics as well. So these B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte are also part of what? A granulocyte group. A granulocyte WBC. Okay, so this was in the brief. This was just in brief regarding what? Hematopoiesis. What are the different types of cells produced, from where the formation starts? This formation starts from the hematopoietic stem cells, which divides and differentiates, and after differentiation it gives rise to two different types of cells, two different types of lineages. One is myeloid lineage, another is lymphoid. That myeloid produces RBC, WBC, platelets, and lymphoid produce lymphocyte, B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte along with the natural killer cells. So these are the different components of the what? These are the different component of what? These are different component of our blood. So now there all this formation is occurring inside this. So different types of cells I'm just marking in the red and white. So for understanding, these are all formation occurring inside this bone marrow. So how from this bone marrow this is going inside the blood? So actually nothing that big. We have smaller capillaries. From these capillaries, these cells jump into the circulation. These newly formed cells jumps into the circulation, and this is distributed throughout the circulatory system of the body. So from bone marrow, then the bone marrow formation occurs, and from after completely maturation and formation, these jump into the circulation of the body and get uniformly distributed throughout the body. Okay, so this was basic, very in short crisp manner I have explained about the formation of this RBC and its process, its place. Now some general points regarding the blood. Okay, the pH of our blood is 7.4. Basically it is between 7.35 to 7.45. It is in very narrow range. Okay, it is slightly alkaline. You know blood pH less than 7 is acidic and more than 7 is alkaline. So it is slightly alkaline, which is fixed to this narrow range. It is very important to keep this pH in this narrow range because all our enzymes of the blood and tissues act at a specific pH. Okay, so whenever the pH of the body changes, the functioning of that enzymes reduces drastically. So body functioning inhibits and people may get into the diseased state. Okay, acidosis and alkalosis, these are different types of states in the body which occur due to the derangement of the pH level. So our body functions optimum at this narrow range of pH. All our enzymes work well at this range. Okay, so amount, now coming to amount in male is around 5 to 6 liter, and in female the amount of blood is 4 to 5 liter. Okay, so what is the cause that why the female body has lesser amount of blood? The answer is two. One is the menstrual cycle. So in menstrual cycle, the female tends to lose blood, some amount of blood in their from their body. So this is one of the reason they have lesser amount of blood as compared to males. And also they have enzymes estrogen has a negative effect on the blood formation. So that's why the females are usually containing less amount of blood. Okay, so these are the two reasons why females have less amount of blood. Another thing that I would like to tell that over here I have written vascular connective tissue, and I have mentioned blood and lymph. Actually, connective tissue of the body is something that connects two different organs. So this indeed connecting different organ system of the body, but still this is not considered as a true connective tissue. It is a false connective tissue because any connective tissue has certain characteristics. Okay, any connective tissue has a certain characteristics which must be present to be termed as a true connective tissue, but this blood lacks all these characteristics. That's why this blood is referred as a false connective tissue. So what are the characteristics of true connective tissue? True CT means connective tissue has, number 1, cells that has ability to divide. Power of cell division is present in its cells. So any connective tissue that has ability to divide, that has cells which retain their ability to divide, that is the component of connective tissue. But over here I have told you that all the formation part is actually completed inside the bone marrow, and the cells that are being pushed into the circulation, these are mature and differentiated cells. These are ultimate cells which will not divide further. So the blood component RBC, WBC, which is present inside the blood, they do not divide. These cells don't divide. Okay, so if these cells don't divide, so this characteristic of a true connective tissue is not fulfilled. Okay, second is their cells must have their stroma, the connective tissue stroma, must contain the background substance. Stroma is nothing but the background substance of the tissue. Okay, so the stroma must contain fibers in it, but as we know, there is no fibers present in the blood is fluid in nature, so it cannot have fibers. Any tissue that has fibers, that is collagen fibers, it becomes solid. So blood is not solid, blood is a fluid tissue. So that's why fibers must be absent in the blood. That's why blood is, again, this is another reason why blood is referred as a false connective tissue. So fibers must be present in true connective tissue, which is absent over here. So that's why blood is a false connective tissue. Another thing is the matrix. The matrix or stroma, both I consider as the same thing. These are nothing but the background substance. Okay, let me tell you, suppose these are the cells of any tissue. Okay, so the cells of these tissues are suspended in a matrix. So this is a matrix. This matrix of a connected tissue contains fibers which gives strength to it. This is fibers. and these are this cells. So this fibers is usually present. Matrix is something that is produced by the cells of that connected tissue only. Okay, so matrix is something which is being produced by the cells of that connected tissue. In case of blood, this matrix is not produced by these cells. These RBC WBCs do not produce these matrix, so that's why this matrix is also not produced by the cells. So this is all the matrix. So for the true connected tissue, matrix should be produced by cells of its own tissue. So in case of blood, as we have seen, this matrix that is plasma, blood contain plasma, that plasma is not produced by the blood, so that's why blood is also referred as a false connective tissue. Very important question of NEET examination, also known as false connective tissue. So this is basic things. This is the thing that I can deliver in 20 minutes. So I have tried to deliver all these concepts in this short span of time. We have completed many things in this 20 minutes. So I would like to stop it from here. It was just an introductory video from my side. So this is the method I teach. I have a black background, and my audio will be present, but face to face I think I'm not possible right now to deliver the lecture as a face to face manner. So I will write in this board. I will try to make my own notes so that you don't have to rely on anything. You have to just write, copy paste as it is what I have written in the notes in this board, and paste into your copy. Okay, you don't have to go through any other source. When you will study from me, you don't have to go to any other source for your notes or anything else. Every question that will come into NEET examination will be from these notes only. So, and my score in the NEET biology was 360 out of 360. 360 out of 360. So in the year 2020, when I cleared my NEET examination, my score was 360 out of 360. So biology is in my control, and I have been also teaching it since 3 years, and also I have been studying the same concept of zoology in my medical college as well for 3 years. I have read anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, pathology, pharmacology, everything that constitute our entire body system. Okay, I have read in these MBBS books also. So my concept regarding these chapters are very sound as per my understanding. I think you people also know better. So don't think that anything will come out of from my notes. My notes are sufficient. So this is my method of teaching, and all the very best. Thank you so much. Hope we'll meet next time.